From AccuWeather.com, this is AccuWeather Daily, a brief host-read article. It's weather news in a nutshell. Frigid air hanging out near the Canada border in the central and eastern U.S. will lunge southward in waves this week. In some areas, the bitterly cold air could rival the lowest temperatures experienced this winter. This can certainly be the case for frigid daytime highs as well as nighttime lows at a point in the winter where lengthening days and strengthening sunshine allow the historical average to trend slowly upward. Central U.S. cities that will experience such conditions include Fargo, Minneapolis, Chicago, Omaha, Des Moines, Kansas City, Oklahoma City, Dallas, and St. Louis. For example, the lowest daytime high temperature in Omaha, Nebraska was on January 20th, when the high was 10. Temperatures may struggle to reach 0 there on Tuesday, which is forecast to be followed by the coldest night of the winter so far, with a low of 15 below 0 at the start of the day on Tuesday. Farther north, temperatures may remain well below 0 for many hours right on through the middle of the week over portions of the northern plains and the upper Midwest. Farther to the south, in Dallas, record low temperatures will be challenged in the week ahead, with frequent low temperatures in the frigid tens. The cold in the east will be accompanied by gusty winds through Tuesday following the most recent storm, with some gusts topping out at 50 miles per hour in the central Appalachians, the mid-Atlantic, and New England. Some of the harshest conditions of the winter will be felt in the upcoming 5 to 7 days. The same storm has the potential to spread some of the heftiest snowfalls of the winter across the mid-Atlantic and southeastern New England from Wednesday into Thursday, especially where the storm from Tuesday to Thursday is able to put a decent amount of snow on the ground. Temperatures can plummet at night and struggle to rise much during the day, even when the sun is out. Now, this is due to the insulating and reflective nature of fresh snow cover. Should that snowstorm develop to its full potential and produce a large swath of deep snow, then the lowest temperatures of the winter may be felt from the interior southeast to the northeast later this week. As the frigid air expands, dangerous conditions are in store with the risk of frostbite and hypothermia for those who are not properly dressed or spend a considerable amount of time outdoors in the conditions. The penetrating cold can increase the risk of bursting pipes in drafty or poorly insulated areas, especially in the southern states. After the last wave of Arctic air cycles through and off the Atlantic coast, temperatures will likely moderate before the end of the month. A pattern change during the last 5 days of the month or so and into early March should mean just a few storms and temperatures closer to the historical average. In other news, all age groups in the U.S. are experiencing a high severity of influenza cases among all age groups for the first time since the 2017-2018 flu season. That's according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. Influenza deaths are outpacing COVID-19 deaths and accounted for 2.6% of all fatalities in the U.S. during the past 2 weeks. That's according to a report released by the University of Minnesota. The death rate from influenza cases is greater than the 1.5% of deaths attributed to COVID-19 over the past couple of weeks. The CDC reported that positive test results for influenza reached 31.6% during the week ending February 8th, with the H1N1 and H3N2 strains being the two most common viruses causing people to become ill with influenza. About 97% of positive tests were caused by the H1N1 and H3N2 strains, which accounted for 55.4% and 44.6% respectively, according to the CDC. The highest rates of positive tests for influenza were recorded in the Midwestern states of Illinois, Indiana, Michigan, Minnesota, Ohio, and Wisconsin. 11 influenza-associated deaths were reported last week, which raised the season total to 68 deaths. Many of those who are hospitalized after testing positive for the flu are children who have serious complications. Pediatricians are reporting brain swelling and other complications in children that could cause tissue death, while adults are diagnosed with unexpected levels of pneumonia caused by flesh-eating superbug bacteria. This superbug bacteria is the methicillin-resistant Staphylococcus aureus, which resists most antibiotics, causing lung scarring and could cause death. That's all for now. You can find more stories and regional forecasts at AccuWeather.com. And for your local forecast at your fingertips, download the AccuWeather app. Enjoy your day, and I'll be back tomorrow with more from AccuWeather.